All of all, as I stated in my last video, when the first destruction happened, the earth was a true reflection of the one God with energy, the Son of God, of all I am, of the thieving Holy Spirit, God King, Adam man first evolved, the triple male of all I am. And as I explained also, Pistis Sophia was an atom that split perversely, and because of it, all creation of existence was created unevolved to the reality of the earth. After initial inertia of all existence settled, and it became a more positive creation than a negative with energy, the inertia from the sun with the energy of the Spirit of God of all I am created life. And part of this life was a humanoid ape species that was unevolved to the reality of mankind. And the incarnate God King Adam man first evolved, the heavenly man of all I am, embody a matter of light, right? Incarnated this she ape tribe, and all but one, right, destroyed themselves with the energy of the good God and truth of all I am, unevolved to sustain. And the one that was left, she went up to the cavern of woe and became a woman with the incarnate spirit of God, the good God and truth of all I am. And the first incarnate Adam man that ever was created came from that orgasmic affair. And as truth, all that bred with him from that point on became more enlightened, the god kings and the giants of old. And the ones who didn't became less enlightened to a secondary enlightenment, less inferior, and the even more inferior than became more monkey than man. Okay? Well, at the time of the first destruction, there was a big revolt. Um, as Enoch says, the the angels, okay, whoever these 10 angels were, they were the ones who overthrew the god kings lusting for human women. So we know that 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 Shiva, right, was the monkey lineage that that was the negative deficient godhead of the time. And we know that because Shiva states that he was the neutron godhead, and there's nothing neutral. Either it's one more positive to be good as truth, holy and enlightened out as an atom, as the atom man of all I am, or it's the neutral or nothing. You see? And this inferior godhead, these snakes, right? These reptile figures, right? They were perverting out all God truth reality check. And what they did is they sacked all of existence. First, they said there was two dragons in the sky, and they bombed it, and then they flooded it. And at one time, the dynamo of the earth was the underground, right? Was what produced what was above through cities and steam geysers. Okay, Shiva's lingams is all under the water, all over the place. Okay, in prehistory areas. And I'll tell you something else I know. Anywhere that radiation was running underwater, it was mutating people. It was mutating stuff. Okay. Now I don't know the book of Enoch. I think it comes between the two creations. It's not right on the peak of the destruction, and it's not right at the at it's all it's definitely out of the first destruction because of how they talk about the God Kings and this is a narration to the victor goes to spoil. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? The book of Enoch is not it's a backwards reality. You understand it? It's real, but it's not real. It's the winner writing the records. Okay, and then during the second the second flood, I believe they bombed us too because they said there was a big light in the sky right before it happened. I'm going to explain something to you guys about this, man. Anywhere radiation's being contained, right, by a human, right, there's always water around it just to make sure that the radioactiveness is more positive than negative to the good truth of the environment, okay? The neutral nothing, okay? And they knew it. They bombed us and then they flooded us. But I think this last time they caused a nuclear winter, and that's why we had this ice age 12,000 years ago, and it scared them. And I believe they tweaked how they did it last time because everything was so radioactive, and like in the book of Elijah, or I can't even think of his name, these people were not just people, they were becoming mutated in every kind of way. And that's why I said it was at the end of the first creation. But that mutation, listen, that mutation lingered all the way up to the second creation being destroyed, okay, in reality check. And to the victors goes the spoil. That's why it's static, twisted, scattered, undefined matter of faith instead of the absolute good God and truth of reality check. Listen to me. All the Shiva is the neutral God of nothing, and that inferior Godhead is the first Godhead of faith. And faith is always negatively deficient of crossing one absolutely one more positive be good as truth. And all faith states that we cross bad, which is a lie on the good God and truth of us, only crossing more positive, bigger and better. And if Adam would have known to cross Eve back one more positive to be good when they was crossed with all negativity together, they would have only been bigger and better until all the negativity subtracted to one nothing. They could have only got bigger and better. And in reality check, that is the gods of old. When you live so long that you can't die, that you don't die, you're only going to get bigger and better. And these men were so old, and when they sacked the dynamo, the earth's true reflection, with pyramids all over all of the God King and Adam man of all I am, they sent these God kings running for their lives with no mercy. You hear me? And they had made the whole place radioactive. And anybody who was out in those elements in the Cobran Bible, all through the book of Gleamings, all before the book of Gleamings, was totally, if they was in them Badlands and they didn't know it, or they was anywhere around there, they was totally being mutated and infected by it. And that is real in reality. And I think they tried to tweak their formula during the second creation being destroyed, but they caused a minor ice age that, thank God, there was well, I don't know if it was a minor ice age, I don't know how long it really was, but thank God, right, there was an asteroid that hit us. You hear me? Thank God for that, because I'll tell you, in reality check, if not, we would have still been polar north up here. We would have been frozen. You hear me? The war was so bad it knocked us off our axis. We had a nuclear winter, and I don't care what anybody says. Listen to me. I know the real of it. When you contain radioactive matter, okay, in a facility, you only do it one way, by keeping them cores absolutely cool with water, and that water doesn't become contaminated by them cores. Matter of fact, it keeps the radioactivity down, man. So we know that they bombed the place and then flushed it, okay? And anything that came after that the second time, that was your ice age, man. Listen to what I'm telling you. It was a nuclear holocaust on all creation of existence. And like I said, man, I tell you what, to the victor goes the spoil. You hear me? There's a lot of people say they came off that ark. Well, why didn't any of you guys come off any arks, or make it as the good God and truth of you? You hear me? And if you want to really study back, you hear me? It'll go back to the Hindus, and it'll come through the Jews. And that's a fact. Man, what happened to us, man, was prescribed on us that way, whether you want to believe that or not. And I'm not telling you this because I don't like a Jew, and I don't like a Hindu. I love these people, man. But we're going to have to keep it real all the way for history's sake as the good God and truth of us. Listen, God is the good of all. The only way to stay connected to anything good is to be one more positive than any negativity. That is the good God and truth of all reality check I am. And I'm calling you fools out. You hear me? Now we're going to do this right, and we're going to get mankind together, because what is happening here is insanely and derangedly not right. You hear me? We're killing ourselves out foolishly, man. Prescribed out by inferior godheads, man, that hated us. They hated us, man. They hated us. They was animals, man. You hear me? Ain't none of us animals. Not even the wild of us, man. We are a people. And if you give me the opportunity, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you at. I don't care what you done. I'll show you how precious you are, how wonderful your life was made to be, how you was never created to die, and you was only created to get bigger and better, absolutely, positively, without a faithful doubt, forever. You hear me? And I can show you that from the smallest speck of all you are of reality check, but not trapped in this box. And this box is not my making. You hear me? This box is the world's making, and the world is getting served because I'm not having it. You hear me? I'm not having us being sold out and threw into bondage and slavery that we don't even know we're in, but we can feel all day long attacking us. No, be none of that, man. Listen, the state of one more positive from the inside out is the only light, joy, warm, good God or truth, Holy Spirit for everlasting peace, all of all will ever know or be. It's the state that all of all in body and matter of atoms crossing and bonding is stated good to the truth of God, their shape, form, and mass, only crossing bigger and better than all of all negativity. It's the substance, durability, and solidness. It is the value and volume of all shape, form, and mass of the here and now of reality check. And every time you cross negative with negativity, you cross an antichrist, devilishly delusional, nutty, fruity, bushwhacking, Shiva shaft snake on your holy existence, killing yourself out unevolved, more monkey than man to one neutral nothing. In the history of the soul, it says a female soul is on the outside and it has an appendage in the reverse of a male's. Let me tell you something. When you act negative with negativity, right? That's female with female. All things negative is female in energy, and all things positive is male. And when you do that, no matter if you're a man or a woman, right, you act more like monkey than man. That is a fact check. That is God. That is truth. That is a reality check. Listen to me. Only cross all you are of negativity back one more positive when you feel all at 360 degrees, however you have to make yourself feel that way bigger and better than the negativity until it subtracts to one nothing. Repeat as needed. You can't suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, or die, or have a bad way that will kill you to one neutral nothing, that rightful, truthful way. The only thing that ever crossed to one neutral nothing, just negative of the here and now of it, is faith, atheist, and negativity, that rightful, truthful way. It's the one nothing of them. It's the negative of them here and now, the neutral of nothing of them. You hear me? Listen to me. Don't die out blind fools, believing lies, right? These static, twisted, scattered, blind, undefined lies of faith. Listen to me. Jesus was the good God and truth of us by the example of his life. He was one more positive when crisscrossed with all faithful left-handed negativity. Only good as truth. The absolute bigger and better of this thief. Steal your lives back. Know the reality check of what I'm telling you, man. At one time, the earth was a true reflection of the Son of God, the one God, the energy of the Spirit, the holy thieving Spirit of God, of all net negativity to mankind of paradise. I absolutely am to one neutral nothing, just negative of the here and now of us. I absolutely positively am. And I won't stand for the lies. I'll pick them apart. And I'll tell you what, I'll give it to you straight, man. We was all created to only be the bigger and better of the good truth of all reality of mankind, man, forever. You hear me? Listen, when Pistis Sophia, she was an atom, she split more negative than positive, and through the negative polarity of her, of energy, she produced out all of creation of existence through these neutrons, okay? But everything that's space, the absolute negative of energy and matter, right? The absolute negative of both, okay? Because we know matter of its own without a positive spirit is negative. But I'm talking about space itself is infinitely negative, okay? Infinitely, okay? So when you become less than what you are, good as truth, that's what you become, because you no longer have the positive energy to sustain the good God and truth of yourself for everlasting with peace. You hear me? To the here and now of your reality check, only crossing the only way for everlasting peace can. One more positive than all negativity, good as the good God and truth of you. And at that point, you can only pray to come back as a monkey. And I'm telling you the real deal, honest to God's of it. Not because I hate you, but because I love you. Because I know in reality check, man, that life is an orgasmic fair of God as truth to the bigger and better of all negativity, to the here and now of the reality check of all. And I'll be the damn man seed of it, because I'm not having this faithful, unevolved existence killing out all I love and am, good as truth, absolutely positively, with me being a damn blind fool to it. And world, I hope you're not either. Listen, read up on the things I wrote, study the videos you see. I state no lie to you. That is a fact check from the full thief man, God, King, Adam man, first evolved, the triple male of all I am. Look, I took pictures for my Google page. If all that got it was Google, they will understand. You hear me? That the timeline is off on that war scroll. That war scroll already happened. Okay, that was the second flood. That happened during the second flood. I put all the tea in China on it. And prior to that, right, between the first and the second flood, there was a lot of time, man. That is when I want to say Ezekiel, but I can't think of his name, man. But that's when all those affairs happened with the Watchers and stuff. Okay, I figured it out. I know it. You hear me? I'm no longer in the dark about it. I'm not even shuffling around where parts of history belong anymore. I know absolutely without faithful doubt, man. You hear me? So, world, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Listen to me. We are living a lie, man, that is killing our kids, man. That is killing all the good God and truth of reality check we are, man. And we are the snakes. We are the bushwhackers. We are the unevolved. You hear me? Humanoid ape species doing it, man. No matter what we look like. You hear me? Because that's all that's left of them fools is the mind of them inside of us. Their black ass hearts and their cold ass ways. You hear me? Don't be that way. Listen to me. Love your neighbor like you love yourself, man. Only cross all you are of negativity, one more positive when you feel all. Only add up to a feeling good as truth, as the good God and truth of all reality check of you only crossing bigger and better. That's by the physics and laws of all no matter. And that's God, truth, reality check. Because if you don't, you're only killing yourself to one neutral nothing, just out of existence of reality, man. Like I've said in a lot of other videos, I state this existence unevolved. And if you think of this existence as a plane from good to bad, right? And you turn that existence rightfully, truthfully, I believe, and put the good on the top and the bad on the bottom. Now you made a cross, a T, and a plus sign. And the good isn't good and the bad isn't bad. The good is the positive of us and the bad is the negative of us. Now, across all things in this existence, one more positive, you'll be good. That'll be the truth. You'll be the bigger and better of every bad, negative way that could ever kill you out to one neutral nothing. And if not, that's all you will ever crisscross to a negative way, one after another. The only way you can, with faith, a fool to what's more positive to the here and now of you, the good God and truth of nothing, the neutral of nothing of you. You will just become negatively deficient, nothing more than space, infinitely negative forever. And that's a fact check, because I'm going to explain something to you. Every atom you are is absolutely positively, without a faithful doubt, here and now, bigger and better than all negativity, the neutral of nothing. Okay, they only bond one more positive, two or more Christ-like to make the good God and truth of all shape, form, and mass of atoms crossing and bonding, enlighted out to the here and now of reality check, not to exclude every dimension of time and space you can think of and every shape, form, and mass of God you can think of. The God of Allah of all, for everlasting peace I am. Listen to me. In reality check, man, every time you cross with faith, right? You state that the good God and truth, you could cross bad. And when it does, and you don't know that that bad is just negative, you can cross it back one more positive, be good as truth. You're always living a lie. One radioactive matter after another, from the inside out, a Shiva shaft, devilishly delusional way on yourself. Because every time you cross negative with negativity, that's what happens. You become a devilishly delusional Shiva shaft of radioactive matter from the inside out of you, killing yourself and all you love to one neutral nothing. And that's a fact check. That is God. That is truth. That is a reality check. From the fool, thief, man, God, King of all I am. Peace. I'm out.